Hello, and welcome to Stasis Pod, the Transformers animated podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
And I'm David.
And today we are looking at the third and final part of the Transformers animated three-part premiere, Transform and Roll Out. Much like the previous parts, this was also written by Marty Eisenberg, and was released December 26, 2007.
So that was the same day as the other two parts, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Released as like a big, like a TV movie event.
That's what I thought.
Transformers, holding me to the eye. Transformers, robots in disguise. Autobots wage the battle to destroy evil forces of the Decepticons. Transformers, all that they appear. Transformers, justice goes again.
Previously on Transformers Animated, the Autobots had a fight with Megatron, crashed to Earth, had a nap for
50 years.
50 years under Lake Erie. Was it Lake Erie?
Yes.
Lake Erie.
Yeah.
I looked that up at one point.
Woke up and then saved Detroit from a giant cockroach.
That will never be mentioned again, and we'll forget all about it by the time we finish reviewing this.
There is kind of an allusion to it in the next episode that I will point out when we get to it.
Okay.
And in the process, they befriended young Sari Sumdak, and the power of the Allspark imbued her access key with crazy cosmic powers.
You know, like
As you do.
as tends to happen, yeah.
And also Starscream, leader of the Decepticons, or at least leader of a Decepticon, meaning him, has found out where the Autobots are, and thus the Allspark.
So I want to kind of talk about Starscream's design here for a second.
Okay.
One, I feel like when I look at him, he's almost a caricature of Tom Kenny.
Yeah?
He is not dissimilar to Tom Kenny.
Tom Kenny does have a noticeable chin.
And it's weird that, like, this is one of the first departures from the original G1 Seeker head design for Starscream, and also a completely different take than the movie had. Like,
Yes.
It does not seem influenced by the movie at all, and it seems like this more slender, narrow-faced design has really stuck.
Yes.
Yes, because there is a lot of this in Transformers Prime Starscream.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of movie Starscream in that, but definitely a good bit of, with his face, at least, the animated version.
Yes. And I would say many of the personality traits as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, he's always going to be Starscreamy.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's worth mentioning that this was probably the first Starscream. You know, we had the Unicron trilogy in between. I was thinking about this, how this is the point in the podcast where we really start talking about previous series influence. But we just sort of glossed over the Unicron trilogy. But Unicron trilogy Starscream was not very Starscreamy until, I guess, Cybertron.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In the first two, he was just not especially Starscreamy. But here he's Starscreamy.
Yes.
He's definitely G1 influenced, straight up Starscream. He's the Starscream for whom the TV trope is named after.
Yeah. So yeah, we open with a montage as the Autobots are just sort of fitting into the hustle and bustle of city life. So Bulkhead strolls out of a traffic jam.
The guy complaining about the traffic is just the first of many really weird voice casting versus character design decisions for the extras.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just that, like he does a variation on it. Hey, I'm walking. Well, he says he wishes he was walking, and then Bulkhead's like, hey, I'm walking here, but is that actually a area accent? It was more like an East Coast accent to me.
It was more of a New York accent than a Detroit accent.
Yeah.
It was a take on that Dustin Hoffman scene from
Midnight Cowboy.
Yes, Midnight Cowboy.
Also starring Transformers John Voight.
Oh.
Oh boy. I'm sad about how many things you can say that about. Like, starring the Transformers Francis McDermott, or starring the Transformer. I mean, basically what I'm saying is the entire Coen Brothers back catalog can be treated like that.
And of course, starring Transformers Age of Extinction's Kelsey Grammer.
Better known as Frasier.
Yes.
Yes.
Previously known as Down Periscope's Kelsey Grammer.
Oh,
I
I love that movie.
okay. I actually haven't seen it, so I'll leave it alone.
I saw it in the theater when I was a kid. I actually just rewatched it on Netflix. Holds up surprisingly well.
It has Patton Oswalt in it. It has Harlan Williams in it. It has
Toby Huss.
Toby Huss. It has God, I'm blanking on his name now.
William H. Macy.
It does have William H. Macy. It has Rip
Who has
Torn.
surprisingly not been in a Transformers movie yet.
Has he been in anything in the last decade?
Well, he's on that show Shameless.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
been
okay.
for the past
Oh,
while.
TV.
So, the movie has the single most tolerable Rob Schneider role ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's tolerable because he's supposed to be a dick you hate, and then they dump him off the ship halfway through the movie.
Never to be seen again.
Good. Good. More movies should do that with that character.
So yeah, Bulkhead just walks out of this traffic jam, much to the displeasure of a New Yorker expatriate.
Presumably.
Probably gets defecated upon.
Also, we mentioned this before, but again, we're very upfront with the fact that the whole in disguise thing is just not a thing here.
No. I mean, they're on the news. Later in the episode, we're going to hear like a TV broadcast where people are just talking about Autobots and Decepticons.
Yep. It makes so much more sense than the movies where it's like, oh, everyone hates all Transformers because they just destroy everything.
Everyone hates all Transformers because plot.
It's refreshing because like G1 did it like the disguises kind of didn't matter at a point, but like it didn't make it. It was willy-nilly with it when they did it. Here it's like, fuck it. Look, there's giant robots. They transform. Everyone knows.
And that park that Prowl is in, actual Detroit Park. It is a Grand Circus Park.
Ooh.
And that statue he's next to is of 19th century Detroit Mayor Hazen S. Pingree.
That's a name.
That's a mouthful of a name.
He was mayor from 1889 to 1897. He was also later governor of Michigan.
Ooh. So we determined earlier that like, who was it, Marty Eisenberg is from the Michigan Detroit sort of area?
Yes, I think he is.
These are some very deep cuts he's making here.
Mm-hmm. I think he's from Detroit, but he certainly has Detroit experience if he is not actually from there.
Yes, clearly. I mean, it seems like this is a level of stuff where it's not just you're from there, but you like actively identify with the place when you're making these sorts of references and jokes.
I mean, I am from Canada, but close enough to Detroit that I get most of these.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like how if you live in Portland, Oregon, and you drive down a certain street, you'll notice all the streets you're crossing are named after Simpsons characters.
Huh.
Except it's the other way around because Matt Groening grew up there.
Yes.
All right, Bumblebee goes with Sari to Burger Bot, in which they are served fast food by a terrifying cycloptic fast food robot.
Yeah, I want a Burger Bot. I'm gonna open a Burger Bot.
Is this before or after the family who were all wearing Ushankas?
Oh, you mean the communist baby?
Yes.
That's coming up.
Okay.
Ratchet is just sleeping in public and getting parking tickets.
Oh, no, he's taking a stasis nap.
Yes,
Yes.
he's taking a nap because see, he's old.
Yes.
Would you give parking tickets to an ambulance?
I don't. That's a
That
good
is kinda
question
weird.
because on one hand, if they're not like on a call, then presumably they're expected to follow those laws. But on the other hand, I mean, who's gonna do that?
Yeah, unless you're parked in front
This
of
is
a
true.
fire hydrant.
Yeah. In which case, then it's just a throwdown between you and the fire department.
And yeah, Optimus Prime is also hanging around at a park with a bunch of communists.
Well, wait, did the parents have, just the baby with the fuzzy hat and the little word Alex
Yeah, the father
said.
has it has like a 7 on the hat, and the father has the red star on the hat. So,
I think that 7 is supposed to be a hammer and sickle.
oh, okay. So what's up with these communists?
Maybe this is far enough into the future that sort of thing is just like ironic.
Oh man, bunch of hipster communists.
I mean, just the iconography, like, they don't actually really have any true understanding of what any of it means. It's just like stuff that is cool to them now.
Or it's like Star Trek, how they'd go, it was hundreds of years in the future, but the Soviet Union was still around.
Yes, it came back.
So it's, 2060 or so, and, the Soviet Union's still around.
They got nostalgia. Well, maybe I'm thinking there are some people who wouldn't mind seeing that these days.
We
One
are
of them is
visiting
named
a
Vladimir
robot
Putin.
city to see how the robots are made.
Yes.
If they're all, remember that Stalin means man of steel.
Oh.
And,
Russians.
Optimus notes this baby communist, and, he knows that, Transformer life comes from the Allspark, so where does human life come from? And, Sari tells him, and he learns the horrors of biology.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
like one of the best, 5 seconds of any Transformers. Just Prime listening to her whisper in his ear, and in his facial reaction afterwards.
It's one of the best primarily visual gags the series has ever done. The franchise has ever done.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, she's like how old, so how accurate is she going to be? But on the other hand, she is homeschooled by a robot.
And as we're going to find out later, she may not have all the facts regarding, human conception.
Well, at least you don't have to have experienced it personally to
I would think,
to know how it happens.
yeah, Tutorbot would be telling what, people do. It's just so weird on many levels.
I mean, she clearly never listens to Tutorbot, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
Who knows where she's getting this from?
But also her father being a scientist would probably, emphasize a factual approach to these sorts of things in programming her tutor bot.
This is true, although he is a robot scientist, so
Well,
she's
yeah,
getting
but
IKEA instructions.
honestly, that seems appropriate for that age group. That's just
Well,
what.
yes.
what
And, it's going to
public
seem
schools
appropriate
need to
later
do.
on as well.
Well, yes.
Spoilers.
I mean, it seems like Isaac Sumdac kind of uses Tutorbot as a babysitter for her as well. So
Yeah.
I don't think she's lazy about her studies so much as annoyed that she's sitting through the same lesson for the 4th time.
Probably.
Listen, if you don't learn about the Holly Smoot Terror from him, where are you going to learn about it? Out in the street?
Damn it. No. No Holly Smoot tariff.
Yeah, it was really bad for the economy.
Yeah.
Never should have happened.
Anyway, Sari has also decided that maybe the Autobots don't want to just hang out in the bottom of Lake Erie, so she moves them into an old, I believe it's an old auto factory that Isaac Sumdac owns, but probably doesn't realize he owns.
He got it in a
She
merger.
says that, yes, that he got it in a merger and, he doesn't even know it's a thing.
Mm-hmm. And it does vaguely look like one of Henry Ford's original Model T factories.
Yeah,
Which
I
is now
can
like
see
a
that.
heritage building in Detroit.
Ooh.
And the Sumdac headquarters does kind of seem to look like the kind of big glass center of the city thing that I think the Ford headquarters are in currently.
Oh, the Renaissance Center.
Ooh, yeah.
It's not the Renaissance Center though, because I think later in the show we do see the actual Renaissance Center.
Hmm.
Which does look pretty futuristic by itself.
It's like the one nice futuristic looking part of Detroit.
Well, I guess that's why they called it the Renaissance Center.
I don't know, the rest
Still,
of
it's
Detroit looks
being
pretty
kind of-
futuristic. I mean, we are headed toward a dystopian apocalypse.
Well, I mean futuristic in the Mad Max sense, yes. So yeah, they're starting to move in, but hey, there's a fire, so they've got to go get out there and save a bunch of people from the fire, and unsurprisingly they do.
Good job.
I thought they did a really good job on just animating the burning building. It looked nice.
Yes. And, showing everybody using their powers to fight the fire. The fight scenes and, the I guess action scenes in this are generally pretty creative.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they're not only covered by the news in this rescue attempt, but also they're being watched by Starscream.
Yeah. Well, they're referred to as Detroit's newest superheroes, thus
Yes.
implying there are other superheroes.
Yeah, which
We
we'll
do
get
see
into.
a superhero in the spin-off comics, the Wraith.
Wait,
And I was,
he has a race car and he's undead? What?
Yeah, and he's Charlie Sheen. No, he's kind of
Oh.
like, he's a little bit Batman, a little bit Mysterio. We should probably cover those comics at some point. They are, I believe, written by Marty Eisenberg, and they're pretty good.
Oh,
Ooh.
okay.
So as a writer, the thing that I think we sort of mentioned this at the end of the last episode, but this episode really does not feel like so much of an Act 3 to the same story as everything else, except I guess if we look at it from Starscream's storyline, in which case this is very much the Act 3. But on the other hand, for whatever reason, I feel like I have to compare it to like the original, 3-part More Than Meets the Eye, where like the end of the second episode and the beginning of the third episode are like this huge cliffhanger. So the fact that what this really felt a lot more like to me would just be the next episode in a serial series. But
I'm sure they wrote it with the idea of being able to split them up later in mind.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it was, those Starscream storyline, his part of it, this really does feel like the third part, rather than just another thing.
Yeah, it's really the Act 2 that seems entirely out of place.
Yeah, I suppose. I can see
Which
that.
it's also maybe why we don't remember the nano cockroach.
Yeah. Wait, there was a nano cockroach in the last episode?
Like a really small cockroach, or?
Like a nanomachine Grey Goo scenario cockroach.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So, the next day, the Autobots, Isaac Sumdac, Captain Fanzone, and Detroit's mayor, who is unnamed here, but is later named as Mayor Edsel.
Ooh, nice
Which
car
is-
reference.
Well, and the Edsel was an infamous failure from the Ford Corporation, but it was named after Henry Ford's son, Edsel Ford.
Oh, that's so much worse of a name for an actual person than just a car.
Yeah. And the worst
It's
thing is
already
he was
that name
like,
for a car.
he was a good executive and he was a nice guy, and Henry Ford hounded him into an early grave.
Yeah. Oh,
Henry Ford was a
parents.
bad person.
Yep.
He was.
Yes, he was.
And part of that is why it's not at all surprising that it takes another 50 years into the future to get high-speed rail in a major U.S. city.
Yeah,
I
that
believe you're
was-
referring to the farts. Because it is the fully automated rapid transit system, which was apparently accidental.
Apparently?
Wow.
Apparently, yeah.
I do not believe that.
Well, they ran with it later. They did one of those scripts for like a script reading at BotCon, and it involved some sort of Sumdac invention, which was the butt.
Damn it. No.
I'm gonna look this up.
I mean, I find it more believable that the dingus was an accident than the fart.
Yes, the bi-directional unified transit terminal.
I mean, because it's hilarious, but also, like, though the Renaissance Center, as we mentioned, does, I don't know if it still does, but does have a monorail that just...
Yes, the People Mover. It's still there.
Yes, okay. But yeah, I haven't been to Detroit in at least a decade. But yeah, so, but that's not like, light rail. I think it's light rail when it's in the city.
Yeah.
Whereas high-speed rail would be between cities.
Mm-hmm.
I know because various parties in the great state of Ohio keep trying to get both of them made, and no one actually wants to fund anything.
Yeah.
Well, not nobody, just nobody who is in control of politics in the state.
That's true.
The federal
But
government
also
has been trying to hand
specifically
them
my
funding for it for
city.
years. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even like on a city level where I am, we've been talking light rail for years, decades, and nobody's doing it. So I guess it's not that unreasonable that Detroit doesn't get it until the undefined far near future. Like it's the far end of the near future.
Mm-hmm. So, unfortunately, Starscream is determined to crash this celebration, and so he attacks a group of fighter jets, destroying most of them. But good news, they've got Cobra brand parachutes, so they all get to safety.
Yes.
Also, this is a much more realistic reaction to Starscream showing up out of nowhere than in the Michael Bay movies.
Yeah.
I guess it's possible that the military kind of knows what the deal with Transformers are, for reasons that we will discuss later in this episode, because due to relevance.
Yeah. Though
yeah.
I do appreciate that, there are these jets and I think it's bumblebees. Like, well, it's nice to see some flying vehicles that aren't Decepticons. And then one of them is a Decepticon.
Yeah, because I guess Sumdac has brought in the Crimson Angels, who are like the fake cartoon version of the Blue Angels, to put on an air show for this thing. But unfortunately there is one extra one, and that extra one is Starscream.
Before that, we get a conversation between Optimus and Ratchet about heroism again.
Yes.
And I just want to say, Ratchet kind of depressedly shaking his head as he finishes up what he's saying. They put in mechanical creaking noises as Foley that are just, ugh.
Well,
I feel like I have arthritis just listening to them.
well, then it's accurate.
I mean, they do a good job of making him old manish.
Yes, yeah. He's decidedly elderly, like he was taking a nap.
He's got a gut, like a robot gut. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, well, just the way his transformation works.
Yeah.
But he was thinner when he was young, which is weird.
Oh yeah, how the heck does that work? That, I don't... Oh.
It's like that episode of Futurama when Bender gets fat and his door won't close, and it makes no sense.
Oh, what? I do not remember that episode. Anyway, it's nice to have a forward swept wings on a jet.
Hypercritical, I think they call that.
Whatever, forward swept. It mostly just reminded me of some Macross mecha.
I mean, there are a couple of real jets with wings like that.
Yeah, I think they were all experimental ones. I don't think there are any mass production ones.
Yeah, I think Space Case, the Generation 2 Cyberjet,
Yes.
is actually based on a real thing.
Yeah,
Oh no, sorry, it's supercritical, not hypercritical.
Oh.
Varying levels.
Hypercritical is my mother.
Yes. Same.
Oh yeah, I think the Grumman X-29 or something. One of the X.
Yeah, I think what is Space Case? It'll be on here.
One of the X-planes, so like the Blackbird?
A Sukhoi Su-47 Barracuda.
Ah.
Aha.
And yes, it does look very much like Space Case. And yeah, it was first flight in 1997, and then it was canceled. They only built one of them.
Nice disguise, Space Case. Jeez.
And then there's a movie Space Case who I think has similar wings. I'm not sure what he's based on.
Yeah,
Oh, he's based on the same plane.
he's based on Space Case, really.
Yes.
Although, hey, wait, that Space Case is a different head on, shoot. I forget what it was.
Terradive,
Yeah.
who's orange.
He's really neat.
Yeah, and he's got a
Didn't they also
trident.
use that for a hooligan?
No, they used the one from the first movie that has the lens head.
Ah.
And I think they called him Fear Swoop.
Something like that.
Because they couldn't get the name Hooligan, although there's a Hooligan in the new movie, so who knows, they're eventually gonna use that name.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Bay is no longer constrained by having to care about whether or not they can get the trademark.
Yeah.
I mean,
This is true.
there's also an Autobot hot rod toy now, so
Well,
go ahead.
Oh yeah, he's gonna be in the movie, he's gonna be French.
Monsieur.
Damn it,
Right.
no.
So now I'm just gonna hear him with a French accent whenever I read Lost Light.
Which,
That seems appropriate.
yeah, it kinda works.
Yeah. I kinda love the idea of movie Hot Rod being Gambit.
Yeah, that makes it okay.
It's a shame they already
yes.
have a robot with a trench coat in the movie then.
Yeah, he'll have to steal his trench coat somehow, even though I guess it's part of him.
Yeah.
I'll find a way.
And find some giant playing cards.
Though honestly, it's the Bay Transformers movies, so the way he'd find is probably murder.
Or somebody else murders and he wears the corpse so he can fly. Oh, Optimus Prime. Oh no, wait a minute. Jetfire killed himself.
Listen, he wasn't using those parts.
Yeah, that was hella weird. Ugh.
Anyway, Starscream shows up, he kicks the collective ass of the Autobots.
Yay.
Yes.
They clearly were saving up money to do this fight sequence too.
Oh yes. And it's a very superhero-y fight sequence.
Yeah. The sound effects, the jet sounds and Starscream shooting are strange, but I really like them.
They're very old school cartoony sound effects.
I don't know. It sounds like they're leftover noises from Star Wars or something.
Well, that is where Generation 1 got a lot of its sound effect.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
this
but
is true.
they sound like noises you would expect in Star Wars, but they're not like from Star Wars. Like I really like the jet engine noises as he's zipping around.
I wonder if this being Cartoon Network, maybe they had access to like old Hanna-Barbera stuff?
Ooh, yeah, at this point, maybe.
Ooh.
And there's a bit where, in that fight, I thought the highlight was Prime using his wrist cable to snag onto Starscream. It's a very sort of Spider-Man-y sequence.
Oh, it is. And then I almost feel like there's some influence from the live-action movie with the scene where they're kind of bouncing back and forth off of two skyscrapers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much, maybe they had a script from the movie?
Or storyboards or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think as we'll be finding, they clearly had enough for it to have some influence unless it was coincidental, which is possible.
So yeah, the Autobots lose, Starscream puts Bumblebee, and he puts him in the farts train.
After shooting him in the back as Bumblebee jumped in front of Sorry to block so she didn't get hit. And,
Yes.
And then it's a slow-mo there as he's jumping and Sorry's reacting to the shot and that's like the weirdest bit of animation in the entire episode. The slow-mo looks off.
It's a little odd.
It's like they didn't decide to make it slow-mo until after they'd finished animating it.
Yeah, oh no, we gotta fill up a little more time.
Yeah, cause the way Sorry reacts is like her facial expressions are slow and bizarre. Like if they just zip by, it's like, oh, that would have been fine, but like seeing them in slow motion, it's odd.
Mm-hmm.
Her little football head.
So yeah, we get all the named humans and Bumblebee as hostages. And yeah, this is the Sumdac Tower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's there. Starscream is demanding the Allspark, and he's just circling it. And so eventually they do formulate a plan.
There's two gags here that I don't think either of them quite work just because of bad staging choices on each one that otherwise would have been really good gags.
Mm.
Like sorry, so here's my plan, and then the Autobots are just walking away gag.
Yes.
Doesn't work because there's this weird cut that seems like it's a commercial break.
Yeah, there's a black screen for a second. Like saying it's her plan and then going to the commercial and then movie, it just, yeah, the timing's not right.
Yeah, it definitely takes a moment to be like, oh, that was the joke. Ha ha.
And then later she is crying and sort of explaining what crying is to them, and then revealing that she was kind of fake crying.
That's also a thing you do
is,
to get what you want.
The reveal is way too much to them and not like an aside to the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Mm.
But they're
Although
both
it kind of pays off later in the episode.
Yeah, there is a good emotional beat on that at the end.
Yeah. So yeah, so Prowl and Sari get up there, or get up to the top of the tower to rescue the hostages, whilst the Autobots fake out Starscream by getting the Allspark out.
Yeah, which seems like a bad idea, although I guess they didn't have he gave them one mega cycle, which isn't enough time to, like, fake up an Allspark, but...
No. And so but he does keep his promise of getting them down by, knocking the train off the tower.
Oh, yes, after we get our second, because we forgot to mention it last episode, Fanzone saying, "This is why I hate machines."
Yes. It's his thing.
That's his catchphrase.
And then this train falls forever.
Before that, we do get the first, well, I guess second example of Sari doing Deus Ex Machina.
Yes, it revives Bumblebee via a conveniently placed slot in his brain.
Yeah. Well, I will say, and I did notice the whole conveniently slow fall thing, but and at least at one point I did notice that the train did seem to have thrusters on the back of it.
Yeah,
So presumably it was slowing its own fall. So it's not just an entirely inexplicable slow fall.
Well, wasn't it Prowl
No.
using his jetpack thingy, which is unexplained?
Yeah, that too.
I think it takes them longer to fall off this building than it does to take them to fall out of a plane in Point Break.
Yeah, and that was way too long.
Yep. I do love the gag of Bumblebee's wheels spinning up when he comes back to consciousness, and then bumping his head on the ceiling.
Yes.
Yes.
And then also, once they're in free fall, I also super love Sari just kind of scrambling to grab at that bar.
Yes. They're really good with the subtle visual gags on this show.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So yeah, everybody gets out safely thanks to Prowl's thrusters and also Ratchet using his magneto powers.
Well, he's a cranky old man.
And then it's keep away.
Yes.
At one point, I think that... Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying, this does mirror the climax of that first movie with everybody scrambling to get the cube.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Where is the cube?
Yeah, except you can actually kind of tell what's happening here.
Oh,
and
Yeah, it works better here because it's keep away, but it's more of like a relay race.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, they dump it into the back of a pickup truck, which I'm almost certain was designed to be a visual reference to Cup.
Oh yeah, it is.
Maybe.
I can see that.
But it has like 3 axles. So.
Well, sometimes
It's
you gotta have
futuristic.
3 axles. Yeah, it's the future. It's what you do in the future.
More wheels means it goes faster.
Yeah. Also being red.
I also love just... During this sequence, we get SpongeBob beating up Patrick Star, and Patrick Star beating up SpongeBob.
Well, yes, there's that whole thing.
That is a great sequence where Bulkhead says, I got it. He sort of fumbles it. Starscream grabs it, and then Bulkhead hits Starscream from off screen with his wrecking ball. I said, I got it. Bill Fagerback is really good on this.
Yeah.
He is.
And so then Starscream just shoots everybody and takes the Allspark, and then just obliterates a significant portion of Detroit.
Yeah, he's not messing around.
Apparently the Allspark can be used as a gun that creates nuclear explosions?
It makes, energy.
Well, large glowing explosions anyway. That don't seem to do that much damage.
I thought you were going to say it makes sense, but I'm glad that you didn't attempt to go in that direction.
No.
Because it doesn't.
Yeah. And Optimus, because he is Optimus Prime, will not give up, and he climbs up a building, using his axe, which is cool.
Yeah.
They've got a fight. Optimus, gets in a couple of sick axe blows.
Yeah, well, his first move is to throw the axe at Starscream's wing before jumping at Starscream, which seems like a bad idea. Jump with the axe. Slash in midair. Surprise him. Don't let him know you're coming.
Well, you gotta do the thing.
And he also uses his flame retardant foam against Starscream, which, as viewers of the Ultimate Doom knows, is deadly to all Transformers.
Yes. It specifically in this case, and I don't know how accurate this would be, but it extinguishes his foot thrusters, which makes him fall.
I'll say, it's like futuristic fire retardant foam. I'll buy it.
They could have clogged it up for a few seconds anyway, because that seems to be as long as it takes for him to get them back in functioning order.
Mm. I mean, maybe it, denies the oxygen that it needs for combustion for a brief period of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, they both grab the Allspark. It opens up in a weird, fancy way.
And sadly, the touch does not play.
No, there is no the touch.
I honestly felt like the lack of the touch here was notable.
I was glad.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody had at least asked about it during the production phase.
I don't know who would have said no, because it wouldn't have been Stan Bush.
Yeah, no, Stan Bush, any other time he asked, yeah, sure, yeah, I'll write you a new one. Here, you make it a video game? Here's a third version.
It was on the regular show. I'm sure it could also be at an actual Transformers production.
So Stan, we're gonna have, Marky Mark sing it in this 70s porn star movie. Yeah, sure.
Do I get paid?
Yeah.
Wait. Oh god, that was Marky
Stan.
Mark.
Yes, it was.
Oh my god. Why is he not singing it on the soundtrack to the new movie?
I know. It's
Just
ridiculous.
suddenly had a revelation that the rest of us
I know! I just realized, holy shit! Wow.
Great.
Had a breakthrough.
I just love this entire fight sequence in that it's ultimately like Optimus climbing on Starscream while Starscream's flying in midair.
Yes, because Starscream is much bigger than even Optimus Prime, who's one of the larger Autobots.
Yeah, and goes back to what I was saying before about them making a conscious point to have the Decepticons be threatening.
Yes.
And part of that was that they are all huge. Except
and they don't always turn up. Like, there are some Decepticon-free episodes coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it opens up, the big energy wave comes out, Starscream goes away, we don't really see what happens to him, and then Prime just falls, and they're in midair, so he's got a ways to fall.
Yeah, they're like, he is significantly above the tops of many buildings, yeah.
He is pavement pizza.
Well wait, he was clinging onto a Zeppelin thingy or something?
Yeah, like, they're a bunch of advertising blimps, because it's the future, and that means blimps.
Of course.
That's how you know it's the future. I mean, otherwise you just wouldn't know.
Well, it's either the future or it's an alternate reality.
That's a good point.
Batman's Gotham City.
That's
Yeah.
right. I mean, that's kind of the 90s, but it's also the 30s, so that's weird.
Yes.
The important thing is there are plenty of blimps.
Yes, that's what
I feel like
matters.
this did kind of, how many times this episode have we had somebody falling and then either, they're generally okay, or, Ratchet catches them. I was like, you guys kind of missed the mark on getting this to future.
Oh yeah, it is like the fourth time.
Ouch.
And yeah, he smacks hard into the ground.
And
Smacks into the ground so hard that he dies because he's
Yeah,
Optimus Prime.
That's right. Now he knows what it feels like to be a hero, and he also knows what it feels like to be Optimus Prime.
Yes, because this is when it becomes a true Transformers story.
Yeah, it's
Like when Optimus
he
died.
turns gray so fast, and it's also, this is the fastest any Optimus Prime has died in any given series, I think.
Yes. Unless you count Robots in Disguise, where he starts out as a ghost.
Yeah,
That's directly
there's that.
following Prime continuity,
Yeah, that
though,
goes
so.
from Prime.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That doesn't entirely count, but yes, it's definitely, it's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he's just straight up dead. And we get a nice callback to that line about, talking about crying being a good way to get your way. And Bulkhead notes that she's crying and says that, I don't think you're going to get your way this time. And it's kind of sad.
It is.
But he's wrong!
Yeah, because she's got that key and the Allspark is right there.
And again, we don't hear the touch.
No.
This was another the touch moment.
Yeah, because she just revives him from death.
Yeah.
Crazy.
well, yeah, she uses her key to connect, and it connects to the Allspark, and it sort of jump starts him by giving him an entirely new spark, it looks like. Like, there's nothing there, and then there's a spark.
Presumably
I
it's
do wanna say
reclaiming his spark from
two
the well of
things.
Allsparks.
Yeah, two things they've mentioned. Did we have any mentions of the Well of All Sparks in the previous two episodes of this?
I think, yes, somebody makes some crack about Ratchet being old, and he says he's not ready to join the Well of Allsparks yet.
Yeah, and it's very interesting that we have a continuity here that both has the Allspark in the movie style, but also the Well of All Sparks, as in, the afterlife sort of thing.
And I think that first appeared in the Dreamwave comics.
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of, just an extension of the Beast Machine's Allspark.
Yes, I think
The
the first time
original
it was referred to as a well was
Okay.
Dreamwave. I think in whatever War Within series had the Fallen.
Mm-hmm.
Or within the Dark Ages.
Yes.
The Fallen. To go back to a time where your only character trait is on fire.
It's the most important one, though.
Well, it's that or his poorly attached face.
No. Not a big fan of Murder Prime.
So yeah, the Autobots, they are kind of back where they started. They're fixing bridges again, except they are actual bridges, and they are the ones Starscream destroyed.
And Optimus, when he comes back to life, asks, "Is this the Well of Allsparks?" And no, this is Detroit.
So I was like, oh, so it's the other place.
Yeah.
I mean, Detroit seems very nice in this alternate future.
That's true.
Except for, as we're going to learn, it's infested with costumed supervillains. And they are, to be fair, I guess mostly harmless costume supervillains.
Kind of like Spider-Man's New York.
Yeah, I mean, they're more, the Shocker than like Carnage.
Oh yeah, mostly.
Yeah, they're more just like, felons.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rob this bank.
Yeah.
Give me your bags with dollar signs on them.
Yes.
So yeah, so the city of Detroit is rightfully grateful to the Autobots. And of course, Professor Sumdac is especially grateful because he saved his daughter. But he's a little worried about what's going to happen when the Autobots find out how he became a robot billionaire.
And what he uses as his chair. Oh, that rhymed.
Yeah, that's because remember back in that first episode, he found Megatron. Turns out he's still got his head. And I guess his hand.
And possibly other parts.
Well, you gotta have something to sit on.
Because all of his technology is derived from Megatron.
Hey, they took something else from the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, and, I mean, I suppose the problem with any, world-building-y stuff from the movies is that they never really use them for anything like significant. They never feel significant because nothing in the movies feels all that significant. So while the fact that, most of Earth's solid state technology comes from Megatron is, presumably why everything can get hit by the Allspark and turn into Transformers, still, that doesn't really feel like something significant.
No?
Whereas here, it's like a big deal because, for one thing, it's not all of Earth's technology, it's just Sumdak's robots. But, that does become a problem, even, as soon as the next episode. But, yeah, that's it. I really like how much they do with it here.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's also at this point I realized, wait, Sumdak he's a mad scientist with a streak in his hair. Like, wait, is he evil?
I guess kind of evil-ish.
Yeah.
He is a little morally questionable.
Kinda. Well, did that kinda tracks sorta with his last name, Sumdak, which is Cadmus spelled backwards.
Oh man, he's gonna stick a bunch of guys on Superman.
No, the ancient, wait, is it Greek or Roman?
Greek.
Greek. I believe he was Phoenician.
Phoenician. Oh yeah, is it King of Thebes? Something?
Yes, well he founded Thebes. So he slew a dragon and then sowed its teeth in the earth, and that produced a bunch of super warriors who grew from the teeth.
Oh, well,
and,
yeah, that's gonna be a later episode.
Yes, and those warriors all fought each other, and the survivors joined with Cadmus to found Thebes.
I thought you were going to say formed, something interesting.
Yeah, I expected
like
you to say
robot.
Voltron.
Yeah.
Galvatron, that Cadmus is going to crash into those Dragon's Teeth warriors. You fool, they're going to combine into a duocon.
Damn it, no.
Makes me wish there was more
Those commercials.
Transformers historical fiction.
To be fair, that commercial dialogue is no worse than that part where Megatron tells Soundwave all about how he's going to create this exact duplicate of Optimus Prime, and then it steps out and Soundwave is like, it is Optimus Prime. It's like, what were you doing?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
What were you actually paying attention to? Because it was not Megatron.
I was toning you out while jamming to my tunes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for Sumdak and the Autobots and the planet Earth, one of those eyes of Megatron happens to be glowing. It's not quite as deactivated as he appears.
Dun dun dun.
And that is the end of the episode and the end of the 3-part pilot.
Yeah.
It's a very good pilot.
Yeah.
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 The structure is a little weird in places, but it certainly sets up everything that we need, and it teases enough of what we're getting later to make things interesting.
Yeah.
We definitely get off the ground running, and probably a lot of that had to do with a showrunning team that already really knew what they were doing with this kind of stuff.
Yes. And we got the death of Optimus Prime out of the way super early. We don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yay.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. It's like, don't save it for the end of a season or something. The end of the series.
They had to establish that right up front. That was even a joke at the time that, it's a real Transformers show now, because Optimus Prime has died.
I would not be shocked if they deliberately set out to break the record.
Yes.
Well, after Beast Wars, yeah.
They were aware of the trope.
Alright, so I think before we wrap up, David, I think you wanted to talk about Jam Project a little.
Yeah, well, a little bit, yes. The Japanese dub of animated, of course, got a new theme song because Japan, everything has to have a new op. And it was sung by Jam Project, Japanese anime song makers, which is a sort of a super group of anime theme song singers.
Ooh.
Like, one of the founders, who is it? Ichiro Mizuki is like really old singer from like old stuff like Combatler V and Harlock and really old stuff who's been around for a while. Some of the other guys have been around for a while too, like, Kageyama did the Chala Head Chala from Dragon Ball Z, and effectively it's like 5 or 6 guys got together and said, well, we do anime theme songs a lot, and we like giant robot shows, let's just do the theme songs to a lot of giant robot shows. Essentially.
Yay.
So they're like the traveling Wilburys of Japanese giant robot shows.
I have no idea what that means.
So they were the gorillas of
Yes!
Japanese giant robot shows.
A lot like the Gorillas, kind of, well, without the animated versions, but like, they formed in 2000? And like, oh, what was their first thing? Oh, their first song was for EX Driver or something, but they've been the guys doing the theme songs for the Super Robot Wars fighting games
Ooh.
for, well, 17 years. Like every time there's one of them, there's another Jam Project song for the theme song. So they're,
Nice.
to describe their music is hot-blooded, high-energy screaming with joy and passion.
Oh.
So, when it was announced that they were going to do it for Transformers Animated, what was the theme song? Transformers Evo, I think it's called. I was like, I was really excited. It's like, yay! One of my favorite groups. Doing a theme song for a show I love. And then they came out with that, and they came out with another song on the same single called Praise Be to Decepticons. Which, okay,
Yes.
yeah, that's fun. 2 good songs. So yeah, so I've forgotten to mention them for 2 episodes.
Well, I'll have to look that up because I want to hear some praise be to Decepticons.
Oh, it's a little bit more heavy metal than they usually are. Or, I mean, like, no, not quite death metal. They're somewhere in between, and I don't know the descriptions of genres.
A little more.
More guitars.
Yes. More heavy guitar.
Oh, and I think there's something in the bottom of our Maxa mailbag here. Got a tweet in here.
Yay!
And this one comes from @ArmorHideAck, mighty number 23399. I think that's an anime reference of some sort.
Numbers, what?
Mighty number something.
Oh, Mighty Number 9 is a video game that came out recently by like one of the producers of some older Mega Man games. And it looked like
right, that's
The Mega Man guy, Keiji Inafune.
It was a big Kickstarter
yeah.
thing.
And then nobody liked it?
yeah,
There were a lot of, from the first videos they showed of gameplay to the released version, it got kind of worse looking, and it doesn't seem like there was a lot that happened during the development process as far as actually, I'm probably talking out of school here, but
it has like one interesting gameplay mechanic, and like everything else just seems like the lamest Mega Man game.
Ooh.
With less interesting bosses.
Anyway.
Hey.
They write, I'm now finally all caught up with Stasis Pod, now to see what Jen's headcanon's ships from Animated are.
Ooh. Well, we'll be getting there. Yeah. I did have, I won't go into too much detail yet, but, I had one that sort of got preemptively, killed in season 3 when the characters ended up being younger than anticipated. But other than that, yeah, we'll get into that.
I ship, Nanosec Slow-Mo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good one.
And, that should do it for this week. Until next time, of course, when we learn that home is where the spark is. But until then, you can find us all over the internet. We are on Facebook, we are on Tumblr, and we're on Twitter.
And we are hosted by iaconunderground.net, where we also have our news program, and we have Amazon affiliate links there now to help us fund the hosting costs and equipment upgrades, that sort of thing. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/Iacon Underground, and we really appreciate all the support we can get.
And you can find us on both iTunes and on Google Play, wherever you prefer to get your podcasts. And wherever you get them, please rate and review us. We'd greatly appreciate it. So, until next time, I'm Rob.
I'm Jen.
I'm Alex.
Before time began, there was the Allspark. Like all great power, some wanted it for good, others for evil, and so began the war.
Praise be to Decepticons.
Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum.
I have a very firm memory of how Peter Cullen didn't say the Allspark, there was the cube.
Everybody's saying the cube in that. Megatron's just calling it the cube.
It's like maybe...
Because cube is a fun word to say.
It is a fun word to say.
What a weird problem to be having.
Yeah, like I said, it's a new one. It was actually preferable to any static or other weirdness.
Well, talk some more. Tell us a story.
Well, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Now let me take it, and it just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
You're sounding good so far.
Hello,
I'm not hearing
outtake.
any of the weirdness.
Alright, good. I'm glad it seems to be working okay.